Hi, it's Nicole from Snazzy Scrappin'. Just popping on today to show you how I like to use the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo to apply foil to my cards. I'm just going to pop this stencil on with some mint tape. You can use any low-tack tape or washi tape to apply your stencil. If you're using washi tape, just rub it on your sleeve a few times so it isn't as sticky. I find this method of adhering a stencil the best to ensure that the stencil doesn't move around while you're applying the product. You can also do this when you're ink blending a stencil as well. So you want to apply a generous amount across your whole surface, going right to the edge. It's a bit hard to see with the camera lighting, but in real life you can see where you've applied the gel and if there are any spots you've missed. You can use an old credit card or gift card to help apply the products. And I always scrape off the excess and pop it back in the container. I'll just take the stencil off and I'll just pop it aside to dry. Depending on the weather and your location, you may want to apply this product the night before so it's nice and dry for you to apply your foil. You can take at least an hour to dry. Well, it says it takes at least an hour to dry, but I find it takes longer if you've applied a thicker coat. Once you dry, it takes on a clear, shiny look and is very tacky and sticky. I'm making two separate card panels today, so I can show you the two different methods of applying the gel. You can either use your die cutting machine, my Big Shot in this case, but any other die cutting machine will work, or you can use a laminator to apply the foil. The die cutting machine uses the roller as the pressure to apply it, whereas the laminator uses both the heat and the pressure to apply the foil. So I'll just scrape off the excess again. And there's another one done. Actually, there's a bit of excess product that's transferred from the stencil as I made a mistake and didn't clean it between the two applications, but that's okay. I'll show you how I fix that shortly. I'll just pop this aside to dry with the other one. It's always a good idea when you're using this product, modelling paste, texture paste, or anything that once dried will wreck your stencils, is to have a container with hot soapy water nearby that you can chuck your stencil into soak. And once you're finished crafting, you can clean your stencil and utensils properly. The silicone mat I'm using is great to use as nothing sticks to it and you can scrape off the excess from it as well. I always like to wipe around the edge of the jar as if there's anything remaining on it, it may make the lid stick and difficult to remove next time you want to use it. Just like that. And I'll just pop my tools in the hot soapy water as well to soak. You don't want to leave the lid off the duo gel for any length of time while you're using the product, as it may dry out. Okay, so the duo gel's dry, and that was the shiny look that I was telling you about that it takes on once it's dried. So as I said, the first method I'll be doing today is with the die cutting machine to run it through with some foil. As you can tell, my plates are very cut up, well loved as they say, but will be fine for this procedure. Depending on your machine, you may have to experiment to see if you need to use a shim or not. For me, all I need is the base plate, the seat plate, the cardstock with the duo gel on it, the foil, always pretty coloured side up, and then my B plate. I always like to run it through quite slowly, back and forth, to ensure the best coverage and outcome. The pressure from the rollers will apply the foil to the duo gel. And now for the reveal. This is the one that had the excess duo gel left over from my first application, which I'll show you shortly how I remove it. But it gives an amazing effect. How good does that look? So that's just from using the pressure of your die cutting machine, no heat required. Next, I'll be showing you how to do it with a laminator. Once you have your laminator heated up nice and hot, I like to pop it in a folded piece of copy paper in half. You can also use baking paper from the kitchen, but I'm just out at the moment. So you pop your cardstock in that has the duo gel on it, then the foil on top, coloured or patterned side facing upwards, and run it through the laminator. It will adhere the foil by using a combination of pressure from the rollers and heat. And for the reveal. Gorgeous spotty card panel. It's really hard to capture it on film, but the results are just gorgeous. Now here's my secret to removing foil in places that you don't want it. I use an electric pencil eraser. It's fantastic and removes all the traces of the foil and duo gel. I've never tried a normal eraser, but I guess you could give that a go. I've seen some people use tweezers or craft picks, but I'd be more concerned that that would scratch the cardstock. For me, this is what works the best. It removes all traces of the foil as well as the duo gel and just leaves plain white cardstock underneath. I'll just show you another example of where it works, or how good it works. Now don't throw away your leftover foil pieces. You can apply some jack paper to a card panel and apply the foil on top of that. So you actually end up with two card fronts from one piece of foiling, just the reversed image. I'll show you some I've done previously. Now the one on the left has been created by the die cutting machine. So you can sort of see the texture of the plates on the top of the foiling, but it still gives a beautiful effect. I find that the laminator gives the only difference is that it's more of a slightly domed look and raised look, but they both look great on a card panel. And these are the two leftover pieces of the foiling, and I've just applied those to jack paper. So another great use of the leftover pieces. In the gaps where foiling mightn't have taken, you can also always apply some more transfer gel duo and pop some more foil over the top of that. So with this one, all you'd need to do is pop it onto a card base, add a sentiment, quick and easy card. And here's a green one that I've done. Now Michelle has a huge range of foils available, as well as the transfer gel duo. So make sure you pop on over to Snazzy Scrappin' and see what's available and what takes your fancy. So that's the use of the transfer gel duo and the foils available at Snazzy Scrappin'. Thanks for watching. Bye.